Welcome to your practice. My name is Lauren Eckstrom, and in this 60-minute live class, we get sweaty. So get ready to work hard and laugh along the way. If you haven't already, be sure to click subscribe below, and I'll see you at the end. Welcome to this 60-minute live practice. It can be fun to drop into the chat or the comments and just share where you're practicing from today. If that feels right for you, never any pressure to do that. But oftentimes when we're practicing at home, it can be nice to really feel that shared sense of community, especially because today I'm going to invite you guys, but also myself, to build a relationship with our edges. So as we build a relationship to our edge and we start to build our window of tolerance, we work with resiliency. It's not just our ability to bounce back, but also our willingness to take time and space to recover. And we need community in order to build resiliency. Resiliency isn't something that is built in isolation. So even though a lot of the time our practice is done in home, in kind of the privacy of our own homes, it can be very solitary. Sharing where you're practicing from and seeing all these other people who are doing this practice or have done this practice can just maybe give you that little extra oomph of support to be reminded that you're not alone. So I'll invite you to start kneeling, but that's not comfortable for everybody. It's not appropriate for everybody's ankles. The tops of the feet are so tight because we wear shoes all of the time. So if it's not comfortable for you, find what is. You could even split the heels open and put a block underneath your sitting bones. Find a position, whether it's kneeling or seated in some other way, that feels sustainable just for these opening moments, as we just establish a quality of presence and a quality of breath. So once you've found that position for yourself, whether the hands are cupped in the lap or the palms are turned down onto the thighs, you might close the eyes and drop the chin just a little bit. And before you do anything, a little scan through the body. Are you holding any unconscious tension? Almost always, if we look closely, the answer is yes. And this is never a judgment. This is just what the body does. So bringing those unconscious patterns of tension into our awareness is the only way that we can interrupt those patterns and make a change. And so it doesn't mean that the physical body will change necessarily, but there is this extension of an invitation to let go to the extent that's possible in this moment. It might be the shoulders dropping down the back, the many muscles of the face relaxing. And then just from this place, we'll take a cleansing breath, a deep inhale through the nose, and open the mouth. And through the nose, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out the nose, exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the nose, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out the nose, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then continue on your own just for a couple of rounds internally and silently counting the breath. Remembering that in yoga, when we work with pranayama or breath work and we count the breath, it's a continuous breath. So it's not little sips of air. It's one long, steady breath in and one smooth, long breath out. And you might notice that counting the breath or continuing to stay with the count just really gives the mind a place to focus and land, which is part of our ability to recover, part of our ability to put our mind at rest. And so, just from this place, maybe letting the count go, turn the palms up to the sky and bring your thumb to your ring finger and your pinky finger, and then bring your peace fingers side by side together. Lift both arms up to the sky, palms of the hands turning forward. And we're going to work with a little Kapalabhati. So, this is the first time we're going to kind of amp things up and start to meet our edge. And I want to share the reminder that your edge might be different than someone else's. So, it's not up for me to tell you when to rest. It's up to you to take responsibility if you know you've met your edge sooner and to pause and recover your breath. We'll do 3 rounds of 36 and I'll count so you can really let it go. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And then out your nose, pump the breath out, snapping the navel back for 36. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and exhale. Let the arms rest back down, keeping the gesture with the hands. Backs of the hands rest on the knees. Maybe the eyes stay closed, and take a few recovery breaths. So part of building resiliency is pushing ourselves, but not too far, meeting maybe a state of arousal, and then pulling back again and building trust at the level of the mind and the body. On an inhale, circle the arms back up to the sky. Second round, out the nose, pump the breath out. Take a deep breath in. Out the mouth, let it go. Let the arms rest back down. Take a few recovery breaths. And knowing that anytime throughout this practice today, you can breathe out the mouth. And it's part of how we step into the parasympathetic nervous system. So that side of the nervous system that is about rest and reset. One more round here if it's available. Inhale the arms back up. And out the nose, pump. Deep breath in. Out the mouth, exhale, let it go, let the arms rest, turn the palms down onto the thighs, shoulders soften, face softens, establish yourself again, maybe counting the breaths. And then as you blink the eyes open, reach the hands forward, come onto hands and knees, tuck the toes and head straight back into downward facing dog. As you come into down dog, check in with yourself and see what might be nice. I'm going to bicycle my legs, bending one knee and pressing the opposite heel down toward the floor. You might sway the hips a little side to side or even step the feet a little bit wider, just kind of making this entry into the body. Align the ears between the upper arms and then drop the head. So no longer holding the head up. And once you've established that place, eventually find a little bit of stillness. It might be nice to bend the knees and arc the sitting bones up, growing longer up and out of the low and the mid back. And as you press the floor away, a little extra energy into the tips of the fingers as you do that. Take an inhale, press the heart toward the thighs. And as you exhale, give the knees a generous bend, look forward and step the feet up to meet the hands folding top of the mat. Hands to shins, inhale, pull the chest forward without pressing the knees back, lengthen the spine, the back. Exhale, fold and drop the head. Circle the arms to the sky, take an inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, pull the hands to the heart as we take a moment here just before we start to flow. Close the eyes, put the attention down into the feet, return to that rhythmic, even wave of breath. And to know that we're going to go in sort of like intervals today. Each section of the class, we're going to push ourselves a little bit and then we're going to rest. So you can trust in those moments of pause. But if you need a pause sooner, give yourself that permission, whether it's kneeling, child's pose, or something else, because there's nothing more important here than that consistency of breath. And by training the body in this way, we're really training the nervous system to know that we can meet these moments of arousal without getting stuck in those places, that things are going to inevitably shift or change. And we can trust the flow of life. Nothing's going to last forever. And so from this place, on an inhale, circle the arms up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold over your version of straight legs. Chest out, inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back to the top of a push-up, hold plank. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, tap the right knee to the mat and then lift the knee back up. Left knee to the mat and then lift the knee back up. And we're going to go side to side. So keep going in that way for 2, 3, 4, 5. Take an inhale and plank. As you exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Maybe you lower all the way to the mat for the first round. Release the tops of the feet. Cobra is your inhale, lengthening, not trying to drive the chest up, but looking for space. Exhale as you lower slow, tuck the toes under. Remember, you could always use the knees to press back to downward facing dog. And then in between, we have a little bit of time to recover, especially as we start to pick the pace up. So remember that in this practice, it's not about you doing exactly what I instruct. You and I are different people. We have different histories, DNA, different lung capacities, different bodies. So you do the movements in a way that meets you where you're at today, and especially in a way that honors your breath. So even though we pick up the pace, we might be a little bit ahead or behind each other, and that's okay. This is your practice, not mine. Here we go. We're going to flow and pick it up. Take an inhale, press the sitting bones up and back. Bend the knees as you exhale. Look forward, step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold straight down over your legs. Flat back, inhale, make space. Hands down, exhale, step back to plank, hold there, and then tap the knees again, side to side. Trying to keep the hips even. And we'll go for 5 rounds, each knee. One last time here. Hold plank, take an inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. You could stay with cobra or inhale to upward facing dog. The knees lift, the thighs lift. Press back to downward facing dog. There's that moment there for you to drop away from previous sensation, not adding to any story about what happened, no judgment about it, and for you to reestablish your breath. So each time we come back to down dog, you might find it supportive because down dog is not a resting pose. Let's be really clear about that. So if you need to rest, you'll come into child's pose or kneeling instead. But we can recover in down dog by returning our attention to the counting of the breath. So it really gives you that ekagrata, one pointed focus. Round 2, inhale, press the thighs back, bend the knees, exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, dive right back down over your thighs. Inhale, pull the chest out. Exhale, hands down, step back, hold plank, and tap the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale and plank. Lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog as the shoulders roll, the lungs fill. Press back to downward facing dog. You establish the foundation between the hands and the feet. And once your foundation is set, maybe you close your eyes, you go back into yourself. So that practice in the limbs of yoga known as pratyahara, as if we could remove all of the other distractions. So closing the eyes, we go back into ourselves. We turn the attention to the ujjayi sound of breath. We maybe count the breath so that the mind doesn't have the opportunity to project out forward into the future or even get caught in the past. To be truly embodied right here, right now, in this moment we're sharing and living. One last time here. Inhale, press the heart back. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale as you rise to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way back down, dive. Inhale, look out halfway. Hands down, exhale, step to plank, and then tap the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale and upper push-up. Exhale to your low push-up. Inhale to your version of a back bend. Downward facing dog. Pause in down dog, take a breath in, and then walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Reach down, hook the toes, glance out halfway, and then fold on the exhale. You might flare the elbows, slip the shoulders down the back. You might put a generous bend into the knees even here to lift the sitting bones up and to lengthen out of the back. Nod the head a little yes. Nod the head a little no. And again, this is that moment of recovery between flow. So it is a time for you to make a choice. You have a choice. You could keep yourself riled up by getting caught, especially at the level of the mind, the stories or interpretations. Most often we get caught in our preferences, our likes and our dislikes. And so you have a choice where you place your attention. It either helps you to recover or it takes that time away from you. And gosh, this time is precious. Release the toes, walk yourself all the way back out, downward facing dog. And we're just going to keep going here. Take a breath in, press back. As you exhale, bend the knees, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold in, bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back to chair pose, take an inhale here. And keeping the chest lifted, reach your arms down by your side so your palms face to the sky, your arms reach back, and then just start to pulse the knees. Little pulses. I'm gonna recommend that you close the eyes here, bring a little smile to your face, and these pulses are really little. Stay with your breath. So we're not necessarily linking these pulses to the breath. You're just breathing smoothly in and out. You might have several pulses in the course of one breath. If the feet are side by side, keep hugging the inner thighs in, and over time, you might start to notice a little bit of heat beginning to build in the body, a little bit of lactic acid starting to build in the thighs, and there's that little burning. And so often, it's the mind that wants to give up before the body. We get uncomfortable. We say, ooh, I don't like that. And then we stop ourselves. But if we can build trust that there's going to be rest, then it lets the body trust that it can push a little bit further just to meet the edge. Give it one last little moment here. On an inhale, chair pose, pause the pulsing, sweep the arms up, take a breath in. Exhale, dive and fold, and then you feel the sensation subside. Flat back inhale, make space. Exhale, step back to plank, lower on the same out breath. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back to down dog, and on an inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, right knee toward your right arm, maybe to the outside if you can. Inhale, reach the right leg all the way up and back. And as you exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand and listen close. As you exhale, that same out breath, you're going to pull the left knee toward the chest, sit the sitting bones toward the earth, but hover them an inch off the mat. Lift the right elbow, pull it back, and kick the left leg forward and through. So the left leg's hovering up and off the mat. You're driving out of your left hand. Take a breath. And then exhale, step back to your high lunge. Left toes behind you, right fingertips to the mat. Rise up to crescent pose. Take an inhale, pause at the top. And then 5 times, we're going to tap the left toes up to meet the right really quickly. So take an inhale and crescent. Exhale, left toes tap right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back to crescent. Take an inhale, lean back. Hands down as you exhale. Take your right knee to your left elbow. Spin your left foot flat. Inhale your left arm to the sky, and then maybe kick your right leg out. Always up to you. You could rest the foot on the floor if it's best. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right toes back, lower slow to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee maybe outside the left arm if you can. This hip might be different. Inhale, left leg all the way up and back. Exhale, left foot outside the left hand. Start to draw the right knee toward the chest, and as the sitting bones hover, pull the left elbow back, kick the right foot through ahead of you. And then exhale, right toe step back, left hand down, rise up, inhale, crescent pose. Pause for the first round. And notice where the mind goes. If the mind's like, uh-oh, you mean we're gonna do this a bunch of times really fast? So sense of humor is really good when we meet these edges. Take an inhale here. 5 fast toe taps. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crescent pose. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, plant the hand shoulder distance. Take the left knee to the right elbow. Spin the right foot flat. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Maybe left foot kicks through and lifts. Arch the heart open and back. Exhale, right hand down, left toes back. Same out breath, lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And then it's up to you where you go. To remember that this is about not overcoming. So it's not about pushing yourself through exhaustion, if that's what you're experiencing today. That's not what resiliency is. It's about being changed by the difficulties that we face and becoming through that experience. And so if you need to rest in child's pose in between, do that. But know that we will take time at the end. We're going to flow through this a few times. We'll link it together. Take an inhale, press the hips back. Bend the knees, exhale, step or hop. Flat back, inhale, fold, exhale. Bend the knees, sit back, inhale, chair. Reach the arms behind on the out breath and pulse the hips here. Close the eyes. Go in. Go into that place inside of yourself that has trust, that says, I know I can do this. I know that I can stay with my experience. I know that I can be with intensity, even uncertainty. And you just breathe the whole time through it. Listen to that breath. If it's available today, moving in through the nose, along the back of the throat, pressing back out. On an inhale, chair pose, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back or float and descend. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow tap. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot outside, right hand. Pull the left leg through the right elbow back. Step the left toes back. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, toes tap for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, crescent, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Right knee, left elbow, twist. Inhale, left arm to the sky, right leg extends. Exhale, step to plank and lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra, you rise. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg up, inhale. Left knee, left elbow, exhale. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, step the foot outside, pull the right leg through and the left elbow back. Step the right toes back. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, right toes tap left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, left knee, right elbow, twist. Inhale, leg extends, arm extends. Exhale, step to plank and lower slow or skip it. Inhale, heart rising. Exhale, down dog. Close the eyes. Breathe. And feel yourself using those out breaths to recover your very center, to recover the sense of trust, and really the sense of imagination that nothing's gonna last forever. Bessel van der Kolk, who wrote The Body Keeps the Score, says that one of the signs of trauma is a loss of imagination, that we can't imagine ourselves living past this moment that we're in. And so you know that as intense as something gets, it's going to pass. It's going to shift, it's going to change. So if you feel tired today, you know that maybe in a few days you won't feel as tired anymore. Here we go, round 2. Inhale, press back. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, chair. Reach the arms back and pulse. Go inside. Go to your breath. You don't have to go to the place of strongest sensation. You can go to a place inside of you that feels good, or at the very least neutral. So that might be your heart or your belly, the sides of your waist where you feel your breath. Keep pulsing and go to that place, especially as the intensity rises in the legs. And then notice that you haven't gotten overly tense. So the face stays soft, the fingers stay soft, even as you stay engaged. On an inhale, sit back, chair pose, arms lift. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, flap back. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower to the mat. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right elbow tap. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, step outside, right hand, pull the left leg through the right elbow back. Step the left toes back. Inhale, crescent pose, rise. Exhale, toes tap for 5, 4, stay with your breath, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, crescent, hands down, exhale, right knee, left elbow, twist. Inhale, right leg out, left arm above. Exhale to plank, lower to the mat. Inhale, fill your lungs up. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, left arm connect. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, step outside the hand, pull the right leg through the left elbow back. That's your inhale. Then exhale, right toes back. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, toes tap for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sit down, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, step to plank, lower slow, elbows in. Inhale, shoulders roll. Exhale, down dog. And you check back in. Find your breath. Did you lose it along the way? Where did you go? Where did your attention go? And then make a choice right here, right now. You take responsibility. So there's a deep sense of personal responsibility in this work that we're doing. We're not blaming the teacher for creating the sequence this way. You're saying, you know what, I'm going to do what's appropriate for me today. I'm going to attend to my edges. I'm going to listen accordingly and take breaks as I need. We've got one last round. Here we go. Inhale, press back. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, arms back, pulse. Again, just this invitation to go back inside of yourself. Tiny little pulses here to meet that edge of sensation, to meet yourself when you're being challenged, when you're being confronted. When you can't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel, can you still know awareness? Can you still know what we might call good state of mind, not attached to a particular outcome or a certain way of feeling? On an inhale, sit back, chair pose. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back or float lower to the mat. Inhale, heart rising. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right elbow tap. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step it outside, kick the left foot through, step back to high lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, toes tap for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, plant the palms, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, kick it all out. Exhale, upper push up, lower slow. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Last time. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left elbow tap. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step it outside the hand. Kick the right foot through, pull left elbow back. Plant the palm, high lunge. Inhale, crescent, you rise. Exhale, toes tap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands down. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, right arm up, left leg out. Exhale to plank and chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Open up your mouth, let it go. And child's pose, knees down, big toes together. Separate the knees, rest the forehead to the earth or to the palms of the hands, and then recover. Count the breath again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowing things down. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the counting go. Just rest in the waves of the breath. And if you need more time here, please stay. Otherwise, on an inhale, roll up to kneeling, kind of where we began, and then rise to standing on your knees about sitting bone distance. If the knees are tender, remember you can double up the mat, make a little pad for yourself. Go ahead and tuck the toes, lift the heels up. Bring the hands to the low back. Tail draws down just a little bit. You're not over tucking the pelvis. And then take an inhale, lift the heart up like you just got 3 inches taller. Start to roll the shoulders down the back and stay strong through your legs, which you just activated. So strong legs are a key component of our back bends. And then see if you can lift the tips of the shoulder blades to the front of the chest. Maybe the gaze goes toward the ceiling, never further back. You could stay here or drop the hands to the heels. And then stay with your breath. And as the heart rises to the sky, the gaze lifts to the ceiling. Draw the thighs forward. Give it one last little moment there as we more deeply warm the spine and create space for breath. Then shift the hips forward, bring the hands back to the low back if they dropped. Lift the chest up, take an inhale. Plant the hands down in front of you and step back to plank as you exhale. Hold plank, so you counterpose your back bend. You draw your sitting bones towards your heels, your pubic bone towards your face. You reestablish the natural curves of the spine. Take a breath. Press back to down dog as you exhale. We're going to move through one last vigorous flow. And we'll work with a little bit of strength and we'll come to the floor. So remembering that we will have these waves of rest at the end. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot through, drop the left knee down, but keep the back toes tucked, just like you did in Ustrasana. Circle the arms up, take an inhale in your low lunge, and then exhale, turn to the right, spreading the arms out wide. Left arm forward, right arm behind. As we flow, depending on your body, you could stay here or inhale your right hand to your left ankle or toward it. You could touch the calf instead. Reach the left arm to the sky. And then you're going to take that breath deep into the right lung, the right waist. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you come back up through that spread arm twist. If you decide not to take the back bend, we will meet you here. Back to the low lunge. Inhale, chest forward, arms up. As you exhale, lift the left knee up, lay the chest to the right thigh, and sweep the arms back behind you. Keep hugging your right hip in. Keep hugging the inner thighs to the midline. Rise up, crescent pose, big breath in. Open up warrior two as you exhale, spread the arms out. Let the left hip come a little bit forward. Remember, we're not trying to square ourselves off here. Then on an inhale, lift both arms to the sky. Right knee stays bent. And exhale, lean out halfway over your right leg, both arms overhead as you keep the chest spiraling open today. Reverse it on an inhale, left hand to left thigh, right arm up and overhead, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, lower slow. You could use the knees. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot through, right knee to the mat. Inhale to your low lunge on your left side, reach up, grow up out of the low back. And then from that place of length, twist toward the left, right arm forward, left arm behind. Establish yourself here. So even here, there's that energy of inward movement, the inner thighs hugging together to keep you stable. Again, you could stay here or start to arch back, left hand to right ankle, right arm to the sky so it mirrors camel pose. Take a breath in. Exhale back through the center, reaching the arms out. You come through the twist. Inhale, circle both arms up, turn the torso forward. Exhale, lift the back right knee, sweep the arms down by the sides as the chest lays out over the left thigh. So you build some strength. Inhale, rise up to crescent pose, and exhale, open up to warrior two. Front heel intersecting your back arch, press down into the blade of the back right foot. Reach both arms up, inhale. Lean out halfway as you exhale. Doesn't even need to be halfway, but one long line from fingertips to back right heel. Then reverse it, inhale, left arm pulls you all the way up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back and descend. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, we flow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot through. Inhale to your low lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to your back bend if you take it. Exhale, back to the twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, back knee up, arms by the sides. Crescent pose, inhale, lift. Open up warrior two on the out breath. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, lean out halfway. Inhale, reverse it all the way up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, lower slow to the mat. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, low lunge, you rise. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, maybe you take the back bend. Exhale, back to the twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, chest down, arms by the sides. Crescent pose, inhale, lift. Exhale, open up on the out breath. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, lean out and extend. Inhale, left arm pulls you up and back. Exhale, both hands down. Step back, lower with steadiness. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot through, we flow. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, left arm overhead. Exhale, back to the twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, back knee up, arms by the sides. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, lean out halfway. Inhale, reverse it up and back. Exhale through the vinyasa, follow your breath. Inhale, lung capacity expands. Exhale, down dog, you empty. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, spread to the left. Inhale, right arm overhead. Exhale, back to the twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, back knee lifts. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, out halfway. Inhale, reverse it up and back. Exhale, both hands down through the vinyasa. One more side, right and left on your own. After your left side, or if you chose to skip that round, pause in downward facing dog. Take a breath. On an inhale, float forward to plank. Stay with it. Hold here. Take an inhale. This time, both knees tap for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whole plank. Take a breath in. As you exhale from plank, draw your right knee to your nose. Step back to plank. Draw your left knee to your nose. Step back to plank. 2 more. Right, left, right, left. Take an inhale. Press back to down dog as you exhale. Lift your right leg all the way up. Step your right foot through on your back toes. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, open up to second warrior. Pause there. Lift both arms overhead, just like you did in our flow. And lean out halfway. Extended side angle with both arms overhead. Now you might stay here with arms extended, or you might pull the hands to the heart. Really going to depend on your back. Turn your gaze down toward the floor. Start to shift the weight forward and find half moon without using your hands. So your hands might be at your heart. Your arms might be extending overhead if you have the space. I don't today. Drive the left leg back. Flex through the sole of the left foot. And then breathe again. So we can tap into that state of arousal by moving cardiovascularly. But we can also touch those edges when we hold poses for longer than we would like to. So different things are challenging for us at different periods in our life and even on different days. So be here, breathe. Feel the right leg talking to you, and know that strong sensation isn't necessarily a bad thing. Give it one last moment there. Start to bend the right knee gently. Float, step back, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands down as you exhale. Spin to your back left toes. Heel toe your right foot to the right a little bit. Give your hips some space, and then rock your hips back and fold over your right leg. So after holding half moon, you give this leg a break for a moment. Bow in over the right thigh. Close the eyes, you recover, you breathe. Gaze slightly forward. Rebend the right knee, shift the weight forward, float the left leg up parallel to the mat, float the hands back to the heart. So now the hips are squared toward the floor. You're in warrior 3. We're really just passing through. Rise all the way up, draw the left knee to the chest. And when you reach the top, reach both hands down, catch the outer edges of both sides of the left foot. And then kick the left leg out toward your version of straight, holding the foot. Flare the elbows out and fold over your left leg for 5. Breathe for 4. Stay with yourself for 3. Reestablish your breath for 2. Negotiate balance for 1. On an inhale, lift the chest up, lift both arms up, stand tall, left leg still lifted. Float back to warrior 3 as you exhale, right leg really talking to you. Rebend the right knee, drop step the left toes back. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, hands down, optional vinyasa. You could just press back to down dog. Say, forget it, I don't want to do it. Just know why you're doing what you're doing. Pause and down dog. Let it all come from a conscious place. On an inhale, float to upper push-up plank. Hold plank. So the intention is to keep the pelvis stable, to really activate the low belly. So you're working the core here. And then tap the knees down. Same time for 5, 4, 3. So they bend and straighten for 2. And 1. Hold plank, take an inhale. Exhale, left thigh to chest. Step back to plank. Right thigh to chest. Step back to plank. 2 more. Breathe. Body can shake. There's trust. Take an inhale and plank. Press back to down dog as you exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, on back toes rise. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Both arms up. Deep breath in. Lean out into that variation of extended side angle with the arms either overhead or the hands drawing to the heart. You can take care of yourself and still meet an edge. Turn your gaze down. Shift your weight forward, drag that right foot in, and let it float you up into half moon. So you're using the core, which we just activated. You're established now in your fresh left leg. And because we've already done it on one side, you now know that it won't last forever, even if I talk your ear off through it. And part of that is compassion. That sometimes just having that voice of support can help us see things through to the end. That important reminder that resiliency is built in community. So we're in it together. You notice that your foot's kind of moving around. So you're never in one place. Such a good reminder. Give it one last little moment there. Slowly rebend the left knee, step back, reverse your warrior. Inhale, left arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, spin to the back toes, maybe widen the stance, and then rock the hips back and fold over your left leg. Because now you know what's coming. And you're gonna have to stand on this leg. So this break is really important. It's a moment of recovery. So we're never gonna, again, push ourselves into exhaustion or overwhelm. We're gonna dip in, we're gonna dip out, we're gonna titrate things so that we can build that window of tolerance. Start to rebend the left knee, shift the weight forward, float up to warrior 3. Right leg lifts, hands come to the heart, chest parallel to the earth. We're just passing through, rise all the way up to stand, right thigh to the chest. Reach the hands down, catch the foot, kick the leg out toward your version of straight. The knee might stay really bent. Fold over the leg to your own amount, flare the elbows out. Let there be some rounding in the spine. We're here for 5, 4, I'm with you. For 3, I've got sweat dripping off my nose. For 2, breathe. For 1, inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, stand up tall, take the rounding out, float back to warrior 3, maybe hands to the heart for support. Start to bend the left knee, drop the right toes back, inhale, reach up, last standing pose. Exhale, hands down, step to plank, maybe lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, press back. Oh, I don't even want you guys to know what we skipped because of time, so just be grateful. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees down, crawl the knees forward, cross the ankles behind you, roll onto the back. Because we don't want to skip this part here, right? So we talk about recovery. We want to have integrity. This part of the practice is just as important as everything that you just did today. Walk the heels in, feet about sitting bone distance, turn the palms down to the ground. Land, land back here. You might rock the hips forward and back a little bit. Take a second. Float the breath down into the abdomen, down into the belly. And then whether eyes are opened or closed, so personal, press into the feet. Bridge pose, lift the hips. Arms could stay by the sides. Maybe you crawl the shoulders underneath, catch and interlace the hands, rocking one shoulder under, then the next. Slightly drawing the chin away from the chest and emphasizing the arch of the cervical vertebrae away from the spine. And then send the breath down the front body, down the chest, through the sides of the waist, across the belly, as if you had a block between your inner thighs, so there's still that movement inward towards center. That strong foundation of the legs that we spoke about in Ustrasana camel pose. You feel it here. Take a breath. Release the hands if they interlaced. Slowly lower, upper back, middle back, lower back. Pause there. Draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a squeeze. And then once again, arms down by the sides, and options for you here. You might just send the legs to the sky, or you can press into the hands and send the feet up and overhead to counter our back bends into plow pose. Remember, you can always keep the low back on the floor and just reach the legs up. You can do a supported variation with a block underneath the low back. So bend the elbows, hands to the low back. Maybe you come all the way up into shoulder stand. So personal. And just that moment here of your version of recovery, a flip in perspective, and reestablishing once again with the mind, the heart, the physical body, which holds so much of our emotional reactivity, that it can trust us. This body can trust us. We're not going to push it so far that it won't be able to recover. Take a breath. And if the hands are on the low back, reach the feet slowly back up and over the head. Reach the arms down by your sides and slowly unroll upper back, middle back, lower back. Hug the knees once again into the chest. And happy baby pose. You might hook the big toes. You might hold the outer edges of the feet. Close the eyes, rock a little bit side to side. And notice the shift. So just a couple of minutes ago, your heart might have been racing, your skin might have been wet with sweat. And now you can really sense and see that there's been a change. The sweat on the skin feels cool. The breath may be much slower. Reach down, hug the knees back into the chest. And then extend the legs out into a little bit of a longer vinyasa longer shavasana than we often get in these 60-minute practices together. So turn the palms up. And then the arms could stay down by the sides, or if it helps you to recover, you could rest today with one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Open the feet wider than the hips, let the feet fall away. And one cleansing breath out the mouth together just to slip into that parasympathetic state. Deep breath in through the nose. And open the mouth. Shavasana. In silence, we rest and we reclaim center. Notice the tendency of the mind. Can you keep giving yourself this time? Stay, be, receive. And allow this next breath to deepen. And stay for a moment, eyes closed, maybe hands on the body, and just how fascinating it is. For some of us, we're so eager to get out of the poses that are challenging us. And then we finally get to the place of rest, and we're so eager to move back out into the rest of our day. Never really fully embodied, never really present. And so we're just learning how to stay. We're learning to trust that no experience is going to last forever. The ones that challenge us physically or challenge us mentally or emotionally. Rebend the knees, curl to one side, press into the hands and rise up to sit, hands at the heart, bow the chin. In gratitude to yourself for showing up, for building that window of tolerance. And to remember that resiliency is not about practicing your way to perfect. That as we build this window of tolerance, what we're learning is that we can have these moments of being messy and human, of being reactive and triggered. And we just learn over time how to recover more gracefully and quickly, causing less harm to ourselves and to others. But it doesn't mean that these reactions aren't going to happen. So, with incredible patience and deep compassion, take the practice with you. Inhale the thumbs to the forehead for clarity of thought, the fingertips to the lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and the hands to the heart for consistency of action, allowing your practice to guide you through everything you're thinking, saying, and doing. Namaste.
Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. If you enjoyed this class, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at laurenexstrom.com. And every week I send out an invitation to join these live practices for free. Click subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you next time.